Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them in today. Folks, we got a show for y'all, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Instagram if you aren't already. My handle is CTABANZ. Make sure y'all follow me on there. Anyway, this is an interesting one. So this is a show that I saw this weekend that I was like, okay, this would be interesting to talk about on Monday. As you guys know, Jeff Teague broke the internet when he went out there and basically said LeBron was using steroids, right? He was using performance enhancers, created a firestorm. Then the same day, he had to put out like an like a story on his Instagram where he said, y'all are bugging or whatever. And then later on, the next day he came out and did a show where he was essentially saying that he was joking. And a lot of people were like, bro, you were definitely not joking in that show. Like, you were not joking at all. And everybody kind of chimed in, and well, not everybody, because a lot of the big independent guys, not the guys in big media, they didn't chime in, right? So it's one of the reasons why we're even producing this show, because I myself, and I'm sure a lot of NBA fans, are stunned. So I came across a segment here from a Fox Sports Radio host, the Ben Maller show, Ben Maller, right? And he had the following headline saying, "Did Jeff Teague accidentally expose LeBron? Steroid claim sparks debate." And I'm like, wait a minute. They're talking about this on Fox Sports Radio? Like, am I really seeing this, or am I not? So what we want to do is play exactly what he had to say about Jeff Teague's comments, and then we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
I bring up former generic NBA basketball player Jeff Teague. Unless you're a basketball hardo, he's not a memorable player. But he did say something memorable. Jeff Teague went on a podcast discussion that went apparently off the rails. Off the rails there recently. Wild PED accusation lobbed at LeBron James. Did you hear about this? Jeff Teague was asked to choose the best version of LeBron. And he said the Miami Heat, Bron, without hesitation. But they were a bunch of people talking. We're going back and forth. And then he brought up the reason for LeBron as a Miami Heat player. This is, again, a guy played in the league. Was a player who went against LeBron James. The money quote, as you heard there, they started testing for HGH, and he had to sit out. His back, they said his back was hurting, and he sat out for 3 weeks and came back skinny. Now, shortly after those comments went viral, I mean, I had buddies of mine all over the place, my radio friends. Did you see what Jeff Teague said? I said, who the hell's Jeff Teague? Did you see what he said? Oh, my God, you're going to start your show with this. Well, obviously, I didn't start the show with this, because Jeff Teague, after this went viral, he tried to, he went on Instagram. He tried to clarify. He claimed he was just joking. So let us discuss the question. Jeff Teague claiming that LeBron was a steroid guy, and then he tried to unring the bell. How do you process this one? So I've got Ray-Bans, Antarctica, and health insurance. And we'll connect all of this together, and we'll say hello to Blind Scott, who's been on hold the entire show. All right, now, first of all, in keeping track of this story, because I have no life, this is what I do, as I look for things that I might want to talk about on the show during the day. So I got whiplash on this one. In literally a nanosecond. Do you know how short a nanosecond is? In a nanosecond, Jeff Teague went from full kamikaze on King James to backpedaling like prime Deion Sanders back in the day. Right? Just like that. Right? And Teague, another one of these little cute little jock podcasts where the guys sit around and talk about the glory days and all that. And he drops this just very casual in conversation comment about LeBron James being on steroids with the Miami Heat, just a throwaway line, like he's ordering some takeout food on DoorDash. And then he pulls out the classic, psych! In your face, I was just playing, man. Of course, I happen to have a PhD. I bought it online. I have a PhD in the ancient art of sarcasm. I like to dabble in the art of sarcasm. And this is not that, right? We believe that Jeff Teague did the thing you can't do at the time you can't do it. He said the quiet part out loud. Now, would love to have been a fly in the wall when the phone started ringing. Ring, ring. Hey, Jeff, it's your agent here. Yeah, it was going on. Yeah, so you did a podcast. Yeah, I did it the other day. Yeah, so apparently you said LeBron's doing stuff. Yeah, I said that. Well, who cares? There's maybe some dudes in dark suits that would like to talk to you. Click. And then the guys in Ray-Bans, in the SUVs, the black SUVs pull up to the door. They give Jeff Teague, in my head, friendly reminder. They say, hey, Jeff, we've got the Ray-Bans, we've got the suits on. That movie, Men in Black, that was not drama, that was real. The old fiction, nonfiction, that was nonfiction. And LeBron is, LeBron's a multi-billion-dollar global asset. Nobody knows who you are. Zip it, El Zippo.
Good, so you heard his take. Here's my response to this. First of all, I'm even surprised that somebody at Fox Sports is touching this story. And the reason I'm surprised is for the reasons he outlined, which is, Jeff, you received a call where it's like, yo, bro, LeBron is a multi-billion-dollar brand. This is a fact. All right. So for a person like the Ben Maller or anybody on one of these major platforms, for them to even talk about this is surprising because they generally don't. Now, when that story initially broke, I do remember Skip Bayless and these guys, Keyshawn and Paul Pierce, talking about it on TV, but they did it in a way where they seemed so trepidatious about it. They seemed damn near afraid. It was like, are we going to talk about this? Are we going to give an opinion? So you had that there. But generally, these big guys are not going to talk about it. ESPN is not going to talk about it. Why? Because ESPN is a major partner of the NBA, right? They have a deal with them to show their game. So how would it look if you have analysts on TV coming up here and saying, hey, man, could LeBron be on this? It's like you could be affecting their product. So I wouldn't expect anybody anywhere to talk about that. Now, have they done this to other athletes in the past? Yes, they have. Lance Armstrong, Barry Bonds, and some other people that I can't think of. But LeBron James is the face of an entire league, right? He's the face of an entire league, and he's still an active player. So is this something that they're going to be willing to do now? Maybe some people on Fox Sports will talk about it. Maybe some other articles will talk about it. Some other companies like maybe Yahoo and this one over here and that one over there. But for anybody on ESPN to do it, they're not going to do it. I don't even think they're going to do it on their independent shows. I don't think Stephen A. Smith is going to talk about it. They're just going to act like they didn't hear it. They're just going to act like they didn't hear it. Stephen A. Smith on the Stephen A. Smith show talks about Epstein and all of this and all of that and give this and give that take and give that take, but they're not going to touch this topic. They're not, right? They're not. So I know there are people out there that are like, oh, man, if we just push hard enough, they're not saying nothing. They're not going to say anything at all. If they will, it'll probably be at the end of his career when he retires, but they're definitely not going to do it now. And I doubt the truth ever comes out ever at all. I sincerely doubt it because there's too much money involved, man. There's too many tentacles to this thing that for somebody to just, no, it's not going to happen. So when I saw this guy talking about it, and he is on Fox Sports Radio, I'm like, wait, was this a mistake? Right? Did this slip through the cracks? Was this a mistake? Because he's talking about Jeff Teague saying the quiet part loud. It's like, bro, are you supposed to be doing this? Is your job security secure? Now, the irony in all of this is that I have heard people speculate about the reason Michael Jordan's father passed. People speculated about it while he was still playing. Was it because of his gambling and all? Yeah, people made those speculations. So it's not like as if the media and these other people out here spared other players in the past. They didn't spare Jordan. They didn't spare Drake. Hell, they didn't even spare Kobe, even though he won that case or they settled, whatever the hell it was. People still hold it against him to this day. You need to look no further than Gayle King after he passed away. I think he was interviewing. Oh God, I forgot who she was interviewing. I think it was Lisa Leslie or somebody. I don't remember who she was interviewing. And she was talking about it then. The guy just passed away, and she was talking about that then, right? So other athletes, other NBA players have not been spared. LeBron is being spared. I don't know why particularly, but maybe we'll find that out a little bit later. But in this particular instance here, don't expect any of these guys to be jumping out the window and giving you an honest take on it. They're just going to act like they didn't hear it. That's just what it's going to be. That's just exactly what it's going to be. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you on the next show. Peace.